Hello, everyone. My guest today is Zach Oates. He's an author, husband, father, entrepreneur, and hot tub aficionado, but not in that order all the time. He was voted top 100 entrepreneur, rang the NASDAQ bell, won the world's biggest business competition, and started 3 companies, received his MBA from BYU, and did CX consulting for Fortune 100 companies. Zach, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, you're now building Ovation. The URL is OvationUp.com. What's the company do and how are you guys making money?
So we do customer experience and engagement for restaurants and retailers, and we do monthly subscription, SaaS. We have a product that we put in, and then we just charge businesses on a monthly basis to use our service.
And give me a general sense. What are they paying per month on average to use it?
Anywhere between $99 to $300, depending on the package they got.
And what do you upsell against? Is it number of locations, or how do you do pricing?
Yeah, everything is based on locations, and then we give them discounted rates for more locations, but primarily it's rack rates. What's nice is that we don't do any contracts for rack rates. So keep things really simple and keep our customers happy, because we feel like we got to earn their business every month, and if we can't, then we don't deserve it.
Okay, and so what does this mean, relationship engagement for physical businesses? Like, name a brand that uses you and how they actually use you.
Yeah, so there's a restaurant called Tucanos. They use us. They have an iPad at the exit with smiley faces on it, and then on the table they have like a text to win or a QR code. So all they do is they hold up their camera, rate their experience. If they loved it, we're going to push them, leave positive online reviews and get them to come back. If they didn't love it, we allow them to chat with management, and then our software stays in compliance with all the policies of Facebook and Google review solicitations.
Do people actually do this stuff? Like, over the past 30 days, how many people actually submitted a review?
So we've actually had over this year so far, we've had a couple 100,000 people use the system. And basically, here's what it comes down to: is that right before Ovation, they're relying on things like receipt surveys or online reviews. The problem is receipt surveys are really annoying for customers to do, but they have great business insight. Online reviews are easy for customers to do, but they hurt the business. So what we do is we have a system that engages customers 16 times better than receipt surveys and gets people chatting 18 times higher than online reviews. So it works.
So, how many customers are using the platform now today?
Right now we have over 300.
Okay.
And we started off the year with about 100. So it took us a year and a half to get to 100. And then in 6 months, we've tripled.
So 300 headcount. 300 at about $100 a month. You're doing about 30 grand a month right now in revenue?
Yep.
And
exactly.
Where were you a year ago?
A year ago, we were at about 6, 7.
Okay, good. And have you bootstrapped the company or raised?
Yeah, so we bootstrapped it up until we got into 500 startups. And then after that, we were able to raise just shy of $1 million. We're just wrapping up our seed round right now.
Okay, so $1 million in the company. And what's the team size today?
Right now, we've got about 14. We're just onboarding 2 more today.
And I imagine you're burning to drive growth. How aggressive are you burning?
Actually, not that bad. We're only doing about 14, 15 a month last month. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Will you ramp that now that you've closed the fund or closed the round?
Yeah, we're going to get up to probably about 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
But we, having a background in big consulting, financial modeling is like one of something that I'm really passionate about, and making sure that, because we have a fundamental belief that startups fail because they run out of money or they run out of excitement, right? And so we have a pretty deep well of excitement, so we just want to make sure we don't run out of money.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now, when did you launch the company? What year?
November of 2016 is when we started it. We did a year of beta testing, and then I went full time about a year and a half ago.
How much total did you guys spend getting the MVP built before your first dollar of revenue?
About $5,000.
Okay, so not a ton there.
No.
And tell us how you got the first couple customers.
Just dial and smile, baby. That's
what who'd you target specifically? You got online? What do you type? Who do you target?
Yep. So we came up with lists of about 5 different verticals, 100 people from each vertical, and we just cold called all those lists. And we did that for about a month, and we saw who had the most traction and where did we get like the biggest value from it. And we found the restaurant retail group they were just loving what we were doing.
So name a restaurant retailer that was one of those first customers.
So there's mainly mom and pop shops that are local to us. So we focus in our local community. So we worked with a place called San Diablo Churros that he does churros and catering. And we did a one-stop Brazilian location.
And where are you, by the way, location-wise?
We're in Provo, Utah.
Okay. So San Diablo Churros. Yeah. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so what were the other 4 verticals that ultimately didn't make the cut?
Yeah, we looked at dentists, we look at orthodontists, pediatricians, and we looked at finally, and then restaurants and retailers. So we focused on restaurants, and then eventually we got into retail. We had a few huge customers who loved us and just wanted to jump in. So even though we weren't like doing some outbound, we had a lot of great inbound.
And today, how are you getting customers, especially when you look at like your fully weighted CAC? What are you spending to get a new $100 a month customer?
Mainly trade shows. So that's where we're getting a lot of our leads from. We just launched a partnership program, but either trade shows or we'll actually go and dial people on, Google or Facebook and look for their numbers and dial them and chat with them.
So fully weighted, what's it cost to get a $100 customer?
About $250.
Okay, so you got a 2-month payback, 3-month payback. That's pretty healthy.
Yeah. So it's going pretty good right now.
Churn's critical, right? In any SaaS business.
Yeah.
What was your churn over the past 12 months?
So we have a 95% customer retention. And so that's customers who have been with us, basically our monthly churn as far as MRR goes is actually net negative. So we have more customers upgrading than downgrading.
Well, give me the gross first. Give me the gross.
Yeah. So we had, last 12 months had like 20 customers cancel. And then but of those, we had more people upgrade than that made up for that revenue.
Zach, sorry. Yeah. What's the gross revenue churn over maybe last month, over the past year?
So last month, for example, we had like $300 in gross revenue churn.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry, on a percentage basis.
Yeah, it's about 1%.
So about 12% annually. And then what you're saying is you upsell those same accounts, right, in that cohort that signed up that month by more than 12%.
Yep, exactly.
What are you upselling against typically? Is it just new locations?
Either new locations, or we'll have people who will come in and to do the customer experience and engagement, and then they'll find that now that we've got a few thousand of their customers in our database, now they'll want to text market to them. So we'll actually, we have a texting platform so they can get customers to come back in. So they'll upgrade to that, and then once they're getting a lot more reviews, they'll want to upgrade so that we can actually respond to reviews for them, because now they're getting 10 times as many reviews as they used to get. They don't have the time to respond to each one individually anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Makes sense, man. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Favorite business book is actually How Will You Measure Your Life, Clayton Christensen.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Yes, is Stephen Covey Jr. He wrote The Speed of Trust. Amazing book, amazing guy. And also Richie Norton. He's an incredible CEO. Someone I follow all the time on LinkedIn. Number
3, is there a favorite online tool you've got for building the company?
Yes, we love HubSpot.
That's good. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
5.
And how old are you?
33.
33. And situation, married, single, kids?
Married with 2 kids.
Okay. And last question, what do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
To go for it, man. Like, don't worry about conforming. Don't worry about conventionality. Just go for it. Why not?
Guys, OvationUp, helping restaurants get better reviews from their happiest customers. 300 customers right now, $100 a month, $30,000 a month in revenue, up from $6,000 a month just a year ago, burning about $15,000 a month, $1 million raised, team of 14 people, net revenue churn of net revenue retention of about 100%, spending, call it 2 months or 3 months of first year ACV to get these customers as Zach looks to scale. Zach, thanks for taking us to the top.
Hey, thank you.